Hi guys, welcome to my page. Those of you that are joining me on Facebook know that I have been here every week for a lot of weeks, but some of you are new to my YouTube page, and I'm glad to be back on YouTube with you. My plan is to have a teaching or short video like this every weekend, either on Saturday or Sunday, both on Facebook and YouTube. So I'm glad to have you connect with me. I do a live group every day on Facebook right now, though we will be moving to a new platform soon. I'll make you aware of that on here when we do. But if you're on Facebook, it is a subscription group, a private group. You can go to gracewalkexperience.com and you can get information there about that group, that subscription group. I want to take just a couple of minutes to talk to you about something that I think has real relevance and importance. Years ago, my wife Melanie and I took sailing classes. We went and were taught by a captain to sail a boat, and we got certified to do that. And we learned a lot of things. We spent weeks over a period of several years on a sailboat learning the points of sail and how to navigate, how to read the charts, and all kinds of things that are related to being on a sailboat out in the water. But one of the most important things that we learned, and we took considerable time doing this, was the man overboard drill. There was a particular day that we were on the boat, and we were out in the water, and the teacher, the captain, pointed toward the horizon, and he said, "Do you see that squall out there?" And we looked, and sure enough, it was terrible weather out beyond us. And he said, "We're going to go out into that squall." And he said, "Take a bearing on your compass so that you'll know your direction, because once you get in the middle of that storm, you won't have any idea where you are." And he said, "What we're going to do is we're going to throw the seat cushion over and practice a man overboard drill." And he said, people don't typically fall overboard in nice weather, so we're going into the middle of that storm, and we're going to practice the man overboard drill. So sure enough, we navigated right out into the middle of that squall, and it was a bad storm. You couldn't see anything. The wind was howling, the boat was tossing back and forth from one side to the other, and it was just chaotic. So the teacher, the skipper, took the flotation seat pad, that floated, and he threw it in the water. And then he made us, there were four of us, he made us turn around and rescue the floating seat cushion from the water under the power of the wind, not using any motor, but just under the power of the sail. We had to turn around and rescue the seat cushion. One of the things that he taught us during that time is that rescuing someone who has fallen overboard is a cooperative effort. When somebody falls overboard in a boat, it's like everything comes to a standstill because somebody has fallen in the water and you have to act immediately. Now, people have different responsibilities aboard a boat when someone falls over, but there's one person on the boat that has a specific duty, and that is the only thing they do. And that person is the spotter. And what happens is when someone falls overboard, somebody screams "man overboard," and the skipper, the captain, will say, "Okay, so-and-so, you're the spotter." And what the spotter does is you put your eyes on that person in the water and you point at that person. Now, when you point at that person, you never take your eyes off the person until they're back in the boat. You keep pointing at where they are and you never look away from them, because out in the water with the swell and fall of the waves, if you glance away even for a minute and you look back on open water, now you don't see them. So the spotter never takes their eye off the person who fell overboard. They keep their finger pointed directly toward that person. Everybody else jumps into action. The person at the helm, the ones that are, shortening the sheet or moving the sail or whatever to the other side so that you can tack and come around and rescue the person. Everybody else is busy doing a job that is high energy, high intensity, but the spotter points at the person and they never look away. Together, what you do is you focus on getting that person that fell overboard back in the boat. It's a man overboard drill. One smart aleck said, well, unless your wife falls overboard, the command if a man falls overboard is man overboard, but if your wife falls over, you might scream full speed ahead. But I didn't say that. Somebody else did. So anyway, it takes everybody working together to get that person back in the boat, and until they're back in the boat, everything becomes about them, and everybody works to help them. Now here's the application that I want to make, and I'll be brief with it. In the world of religion, in the church world of organized religion, sometimes people fall overboard. Now when you're out on the water in a boat and a person falls overboard, sometimes it's their own fault. Sometimes they did something foolish that caused them to stumble and fall overboard, but it doesn't matter. When somebody falls out of the boat into the water and they're in danger, then everybody brings their effort together in one unified attempt to bring that person back into the safety of the boat. But sadly, in the world of religion, you've seen it and I've seen it, when a person stumbles and they fall overboard, there are oftentimes those in the boat in the world of religion who'll say, well, they should have known better. I mean, they didn't take care. They were careless. They had been instructed on what to do. They knew how to get around in a boat. They knew that they should have been doing this or been doing that, and they fell overboard. And sadly, in the world of judgmental religion, people are often left to sink or swim on their own while everybody else just keeps moving forward. And I'm telling you, that is a sad commentary on the world of legalistic, exclusive, judgmental religion. The truth is, if you have the love of God inside you, it doesn't matter why somebody fell overboard. It makes no difference whether it was through their own foolish choices or whether it could not be avoided. When someone falls, we care. When someone falls, our goal is to work together to bring that person back into the safety of the boat. And sadly, when people fall overboard in the world of religion, sometimes nobody pays attention after a few moments. But if you were on a sailboat, there would be at least one person who would never look away from you. They would be focused on you until you are back in the place of safety again. And so I want to encourage you, if you claim to be a follower of Christ, then let the love of Christ manifest in you and through you when somebody stumbles and falls, even if it was through their own wrongdoing, even if it is through and because of their own foolishness. Keep your eyes on that person and let the love within you rise up and call others together to attend to that person until they are rescued and they're safely back in the crew again. That's what the love of Christ does, and that is the Grace Walk experience. See you next time.